Your dog bit and injured yours.
Correct.
Our dog was off leash.
She is a service dog and does not have to be on a leash.
She was not on a leash.
She is a service dog.
That's a lot of blah, 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 blah. Your job is to protect it. You didn't do that. Mr. Baker,
Yes.
this is your brother.
Yes, it is.
And your wife?
This is my girlfriend. Yeah.
Girlfriend. Wife?
Girlfriend.
Girlfriend. And I assume they are longtime mates. Is that right?
Yes.
Correct.
How long have you been together?
6 years.
And you?
4.
Now, what I gather is that you each have a campsite in a park.
Yes.
And how big is this campsite that you have?
I'm not sure. It has I'm assuming 110 sites, something like that.
And you rent it annually.
Seasonals. We are both seasonals that we've been there several years, same spots.
That's what I gather. You each have your own spot.
Correct.
Explain to me what you do on that campsite. Do you have a mobile home that you bring?
Yes, we both have campers and...
Campers. Tell me what the camper is like.
Like an RV that is stationary, that they're stayed put as on the TV.
Got it. Thank you. Picture is always better.
Yep.
So it's like a little house. You have a porch that you put out, and does that stay there when you're not there?
Yes, correct, over the winter.
Okay, so it stays over the winter. In good weather, you come up a couple of times a month.
About every weekend, yes.
Now, you have this little dog,
Yes.
or it's your girlfriend's dog, and you have a dog, which is a much larger dog,
Yes.
not here today.
No.
And it is your claim that their larger dog bit and injured yours.
Correct.
Seriously injured her. It's a little girl. Injured her. And so far, your vet bills are, according to you, $11,000 for the surgeries that she's had. And you want your brother and his girlfriend, because it's the girlfriend's dog, is that right? Is it your dog?
She was both of our dogs.
You got her since you've been together?
Yes.
Okay. You want them to be responsible for the vet bills?
Correct.
Okay. So why don't you tell me when the incident happened that resulted in your puppy being injured?
It was on day 4/20/24. We were up camping, and our campsites are close together. If I may approach the TV and explain.
Go ahead.
Okay. So this is my campsite right here, and then there are 2 open lots next door, and then this is my brother and Danielle's campsite.
Okay.
And we were camping, and it was cold, so we had a fire going, and then we had a big, 15 by 15 domed tent outside, and I had ran electrical cords and heaters in there.
For what reason?
Because it was cold, as in...
Well, what is the tent
probably-
for if you... Could you step back?
Yeah.
Step back. What is the tent for, just for my own information?
It was very windy and chilly that day, so we ran electrical cords to stay warm. We had the fire, and then we had a big dome tent to stay
So
warm.
you were in the tent?
We were setting it up at the time.
Is it a tent that you used to eat in, that you used for socialization? I don't know.
Just to lounge in with heaters to stay warm, because, I think it was 40 degrees and windy that day.
So the camper doesn't easily accommodate 4 people?
Yeah, but we like to be outside during camp.
Okay.
When we're in camping season.
Okay, let's go.
So we were in there setting up the electrical cords and getting the heaters going.
Which
And-
is near their campsite.
Correct, right along that
Which is
tree
near
line.
their
Yep.
campsite.
So when I walked back to we had golf carts. His son had just drove up on a golf cart, 15 feet away, and then my golf cart was back behind it. So when I walked back behind...
Now look at me.
Danielle had said that Rona needed to go potty. So she called...
Just a second. Ronan is the name of their dog.
Their dog, I'm sorry.
Just a second. You didn't tell me. I want to know where everybody was.
Yeah.
You're setting up a tent. Where is your girlfriend?
She was in there with me.
In where?
In the tent, and Danielle
Okay,
was
so you're in the
camper.
tent.
Yes.
Just a second. You and your girlfriend are in the tent.
Yes.
And where is your dog?
She was in there with us as well.
In the tent.
Yes.
Let's go.
So Danielle came to the door. She was inside the camper with Rona and asked Clint, said, Rona needs to go potty. I had walked by, and Clint walked out and tried to hand the leash off to his son, and the dog got loose, ran around the tent, and before anybody had time to react, she had attacked her.
In the tent?
Oh, outside of it
just
by
a
the
second.
fire.
Okay.
We'd walked out.
No. The last thing I heard was your puppy was in the tent with you and your girlfriend.
Correct.
When did your puppy leave the tent?
She walked out to the fire with Molly.
Okay. So she walked out to the fire, so she's
Molly,
no longer
under
in the
control.
tent.
Correct.
And she is not on a leash.
She's sitting behind her.
Just a second. She's outside by the fire, not on a leash.
She's a service dog and does not have to be on a leash.
I want to know how this dog became a service dog. Did she become a service dog over the internet?
Yes.
When you applied for papers for her to be a service dog, did the internet service provide you with a doctor to certify that she was necessary as a service dog?
They provided a phone.
That's either yes or a no.
No.
So somebody that you paid on the internet had her papered as a service dog.
Yes.
I don't want to hear service dog anymore.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yep.
She was not on a leash.
Correct.
And their dog came out with a leash on, according to what you just said to me. And as your brother was handing the leash to his son, the dog escaped the leash
Correct.
and ran after your dog and attacked it.
Correct.
Is that what happened?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. And you have a photograph of your dog?
Yes, I have
I'd
several.
like to see it.
Okay.
And these two dogs, according to what I read, have had dust-ups in the past.
Correct.
Okay. How much does your dog weigh?
About 50 pounds.
How old?
She was 4 years old.
You mean at this time?
We actually put her down as a result of this incident.
Was this the first time she's ever attacked another animal?
She has actually tried to attack Sarah before. That was about 3 years ago that Sarah, again off leash, came on our lot. Our dog was tied up, and she at that time didn't cause her any harm. She just had a scratch on her nose.
Any other animal that you've had difficulty with your dog? I'm just wondering why you put it down.
Sure. So there was an incident in February of 2024 where our neighbor's dog got out of their house and came in our yard, and our dog did bite that dog one time. That dog ran back to its house. Our dog stayed in our yard. But yes, there was one other incident.
How did your neighbor's dog get into your yard?
I really don't know.
We believe it came under the fence.
But it was a fenced yard?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Okay, so now let me hear your version of these events.
So on April 20th, 2024, we were at our campsite, as Mr. Baker said. It was a cold day, like he said, rainy. We've been going to this campground for 4 years, have taken our dog with us every weekend to the campground. Typically, we keep her in our camper. So we were setting up the tent.
And the dog was locked in the camper?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So Mr. Baker came over from his campsite, which is approximately 20 yards away, with Sarah, the dog. He was helping Clint set up the tent, at which point I said to Clint that Rona needed to go potty and could he please take her out. So I walked to our camper, put Rona's harness and leash on her, and then handed him the leash, and I stayed in the camper to get food around.
And then?
I took the leash at that point.
Okay.
Can I describe on the screen exactly the process that I went through?
Sure.
So I immediately grabbed Rona at the door. She handed it off. We were walking directly out here. My golf cart was parked here with my 2 boys in it. Rona walked out nonchalantly, got almost to the golf cart, and the tent would be here. Sarah came outside of the tent around the fire area and aggressively started barking at Rona. At which point,
Sarah, the little dog.
correct, the little chihuahua came out,
She
was
does
barking.
not bark.
Came out, barked at our dog, at which point Rona went directly, and Rona is very protective of our family.
Whatever. The little one was barking, and your dog got away from whom?
From me,
From you. Okay. But was on a leash.
correct.
Okay. Miss Roberts says that you were handing the leash off to somebody.
I was in process of handing the dog to my son. Didn't make the process.
Okay. Step back.
Your Honor, this dog has bit another camper, a grown man who came up unexpectedly prior. And then the dog incident, she had explained that the dog got up the kid's playground near the thing and jumped over the fence and attacked the dog 2 months earlier.
Let me ask you this question, Mr. Baker. I have always had little dogs. And certainly, I believe that your brother and Miss Roberts understand, and certainly from the fact that they put this dog down, they understood that the dog had propensities that they didn't want to deal with anymore. Does that be a fair statement?
That's fair.
However, you knew clearly what those were. And so they are at least partially responsible for these vet bills, despite the fact that they did, in fact, put a leash on their dog. It was, even though a stretch, it was negligence of not holding on to the leash tight enough so that it wouldn't get off the leash. But their intention was, knowing that the two dogs had had a problem, they did leash the dog to take
Correct.
the dog out, right?
Correct.
Your dog was not. So I'm saying to myself, I've had little dogs all my life.
She's in full control of voice and hand. She sits, she does not do anything. She'll sit when another dog comes by and wait till it passes. She is trained.
Well, let me explain something to you, sir. I absolutely believe that the little dog started to bark.
She did not bark, Your Honor.
One of them started to bark. In any event,
She's attacked her
Mr.
before.
Baker,
She's came
Mr.
through
Baker,
and bit her, not
Mr.
just
Baker,
nipped her.
if the dog was being held by either you or your girlfriend or on a leash, the incident would not have happened.
Even if she was on a leash, we could not stop that dog from attacking this dog.
You don't know that because she was not on a leash. So I'm telling you that while I find the actions of the defendant correct but negligent because the leash slipped out of their hand, I don't find you and your girlfriend without fault. You just went on with a litany, Mr. Baker, of things that you knew about this dog, including the fact that they had had a dust-up before. And this is a big dog. So either you keep your dog locked up if you're going over to your brother's camper.
I asked before I went over there if Rona was locked up in the room, not
Just a
in the
second.
camper.
What didn't you understand that I just said? You're the parent. You ensure that your dog is safe. You didn't do that. My dog's a service dog. It doesn't have to be on a leash. That's a lot of blah, 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 blah. Your dog can't protect itself. Your job is to protect it. Their job is to make certain that their dog is not put in a situation where it can hurt another person or another animal. They tried to do it, but they were ineffective in doing it. You were an ineffective parent by allowing your dog to be in a situation where your dog was off leash and able to be attacked by theirs, even though it was due to their negligence. So I actually believe that whatever the vet bills are that you've incurred so far are going to be evenly divided between you and your brother, because that's reasonable. You were negligent, and your girlfriend was negligent with the little dog, and she's your responsibility. She can't take care of herself. She can't say, please leave me in my own camper. I don't want to go where that big dog is anymore. Just leave me in my camper. I'll be very happy. She can't do that. You have to judge that. You placed her in a situation where she was at risk. And unfortunately, it came to fruition because of a negligent, not a gross negligent. It would have been grossly negligent if they let the dog out of the camper. That would have been grossly negligent given the history. But they didn't. They actually tried to control the dog. You didn't even try to control yours. Let me see the vet bills, please. So the vet bills were almost $11,000, $10,991. She doing okay now?
Yes.
And she's finished with the vet,
Yes.
as far as we know. Okay. Did your brother and his girlfriend offer to pay any part of this vet bill? That is not an answer, Mr. Baker.
No.
Did you?
We had a phone call or text back and forth, and she said your brother offered $5,000, and we never had a conversation about paying half of it.
Just a second. Who had a conversation?
We had a text back and forth, me and
May I
Danielle.
see it?
Huh?
May
Let
I
me
see it?
Yes, you may.
Well, they offered to pay you half,
At that point in time, yes.
and you did not accept it.
Nope, I did not.
You did not
It's
accept
a known
it.
vicious dog that got loose. The dog is known vicious dog. Has had attacks on
I just
people.
explained to you
I
what my
understand
thinking
that.
was, sir.
I understand.
Yeah, now you understand it. It was the proper thing for him to do. I know that you accept no culpability for what happened to your girlfriend's dog, but you do have culpability with regard to what happened with your girlfriend's dog. I assume that what I read is correct, that the campsite provides that all dogs must be on a leash.
Correct. And we
Okay, and your dog was not on a leash.
have multiple
There's only one
dogs
dog
that are on.
There's
off
only
leashes.
one dog that
the
was.
neighbors beside him do not.
Just a second.
Leash
There's-
their dogs. They're fine.
It doesn't, sir, you don't understand. They're not before me. If the rules of the campsite say all dogs have to be on a leash, and you choose not to leash your dog, and your dog either is aggressive to another dog or gets hurt, your violation of the rules, if you're in court, bears on the weight of the responsibility of this incident. Your dog was off leash against the rules of the place where you live. So when your brother and his girlfriend said, you know what, this incident was tragic, your dog was injured, we put our dog down. We're prepared to offer you half of your vet bills. We feel as if we're partially responsible. You think you're not. Well, you're wrong. You are partially responsible for what happened to your dog. You broke the rules. Your dog was off leash. She should not have been near the campsite. You knew that they had problems before. Miss Roberts is absolutely right in her text back to your girlfriend when she said, you knew that there had been problems before. Why didn't you leave the dog, whose name is Sarah, in the camper? You could have done that. You could have. You chose not to. Anyway, the bills were $11,000. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of what you originally offered, sir, which is $5,500. That's all.
Oh, it's heartbreaking, honestly, because we put our dog down because of this, and we miss her every day. And
I feel that they had a known legal vicious dog that they escaped. She is trained to stay without a leash.
I'm happy that, you know, the fairness in it was seen, that it wasn't just our responsibility.
I like their dog. Their dog just was not good with certain people and every animal.
Hopefully we can mend things after this.
I just hope that we can move on past this and our families can get along and go from there.
I think the doctrine of contributory negligence really was a perfect example out there today. And it really was surprising to me that they didn't seem to understand your logic as far as that was concerned about you were negligent. You knew about the history. He was presenting the history in such a way that was meant to be harmful to the defendants, but in reality, it was really harmful to himself because he was the one that knew of all the same history and didn't protect his smaller dogs. So, you know, the defendants did everything. I think it was evident by the fact that they ended up putting their dog down after this incident. They really tried to do everything they could to keep their dog under their control. They had the dog on a leash. So I think no one is above the rules.
I also felt so sad for these two brothers. It seems that they're not kids, and they've enjoyed a lifetime of friendship, as evidenced by the fact that they share this campsite for 6 months a year, and they're there every weekend. And it's clear to me that this sort of came between them, primarily because the plaintiff was pig-headed. Really.
So hopefully
Just
after this incident, and maybe you got through to them a little, maybe they can mend that.
Maybe, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
All right, this case right here, this is a classic example of everyone made mistakes. First of all, this is heartbreaking. A little chihuahua almost died. $11,000 in vet bills, and the big dog ended up being put down. That's tragic on both sides. But now let's talk honestly. Sir, your dog was off leash. I don't care what paperwork you printed off the internet. I got her certified online is not the same as an actual trained service animal. Seriously? And even if she was a real service dog, that does not mean she floats around with magical protection. If the campground rules say all dogs must be on a leash, then all dogs must be on a leash. You knew this pit bull had prior incidents. You literally stood in court and listed, there was a scratch before, there was another bite in February. So you knew, and yet, you let your tiny chihuahua walk around freely near a 50-pound dog with history? That's not protecting your dog. That's risky parenting. Now, defendants, you're not innocent either. Your dog was on a leash, but it slipped. That's still negligence. If you know your dog has aggression issues, you don't casually hand off the leash mid-conversation. You double grip it, you secure it, you control the situation. Because once that dog runs, damage happens fast. And it did. Here's the key point the judge made that I 100% agree with. Both sides were negligent. The pit bull owners tried to control their dog, but they failed. The chihuahua owners didn't even try to control theirs. You cannot scream, it's their fault, when your own dog wasn't secured, against the rules, in a known risky environment. And that's why the judge split the bill 50-50, $11,000 undivided. That's fair, because this wasn't one evil owner, one perfect victim. This was shared responsibility. And here's the deeper lesson. If you have a small dog, you are its protector. It cannot defend itself. It cannot make decisions. It cannot say, hey, maybe I shouldn't be near that dog. That's your job. And if you know there's history, you take extra precautions. You don't rely on she listens to voice command. Dogs are animals. Instinct beats training in seconds. This case is sad. Two brothers fighting, a dog put down, a tiny dog traumatized, all because no one took full responsibility before the incident. In the end, the judge was right. Shared negligence, shared payment, hard lesson learned. If you like real courtroom reactions with no sugarcoating, support the channel. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next breakdown.